It's just, I don't know. There was something, I guess now that reality TV has taken over and we have sort of people humiliating themselves for the entertainment of others, sleep deprivation just isn't as funny as it used to be. Because, man, there was always something just on the verge of scary but hilarious about, like, Jerry Lewis at about, 11 a.m. on Monday. Show us the dope boy. I was like, this is before we had zombie shows on TV. It's like I'm not really that nostalgic for the telethon itself, just what it represented.
Oh, my God. It's the end of an era.
So, here's to the troops and the workers.
And to Jerry Lewis.
Well, people are just happy to have a day off. They don't care. It's a holiday.
3 days.
Celebrate work by not working.
Yeah.
I think Will Durst is right, though. It's essentially a spacer holiday. It basically keeps us. Gives us a day off.
Keep you going until Thanksgiving.
They don't close at my job at Juvie. We're still open. Crime pays, so we stay open.
Can't you just put a hamster bottle, with the water, leave them a big bowl of food? Hey, doors are locked, cages are tight. All right, we're it's a holiday. We're going
to the beach.
Yeah, it's they'll be fine for a day. Yeah. Can't do that.
No, can't let them. These are minors. They're minors.
So they'll dig their way out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right, come on, give us a news topic.
All right, well, so of course, one of the big topics in the news this week, Trump's campaign literally went south for a change. Donnie went to Mexico, and he did ride. And Adam, even though you're coming from the right end of the spectrum, you're no Trump fan.
I'm not a big Trump fan, no.
We were discussing this a little bit.
I don't think I despise him the way you do, but I'm not.
Well, I
don't support him. Yeah.
I don't despise him. It's what he brings out, and it's that the hidden underbelly of America. It's so much better hidden.
Well, he's pissed off a lot of people though because he was supposed to go there and tell this guy you're going to build a wall,
and he pussied out.
He did not 100%. Bring that up now because the president told him we're not paying for no fucking wall.
Yeah, that was like his opening.
Yeah, he told him from the jump.
I think before they even started.
Which I guess to that extent, Trump did tell the truth because he said we did not discuss that. So it's like not that it didn't come up, and I was told we didn't discuss it.
Smackdown by the other stupidest guy in the world.
Yeah, what's he's polling at like 23%.
No, he's polling at like 2%. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I didn't know it was that bad. It's magical.
That was my magic cell phone.
When you hear the bell, that means you said the secret word.
Are worse than anybody's poll numbers anywhere, and he's his whole country hates him so much right now.
Who is this?
The president of Mexico.
Oh, yeah, Nieto, yeah. Well, yeah, it was Vicente Fox though that told Trump to fuck off. That was the one.
Right.
Those are early on.
Yeah. He was the first one that came out. We're not building a fucking wall. Go kiss my ass. We're not doing.
Yeah.
He was the one that really. Nieto. I mean, from what I've talked to my Mexican friends, they do not care for him. They said, man, the guy is just he's one of those that just wants to be in front of the camera. And he probably will, working with the cartel and everything else. You just don't know. But, I mean, he's not for the people.
It was a clusterfuck, that whole trip, that whole day, that Wednesday.
They were pissed for him even inviting him down. They were pissed. They're like, dude,
what are you doing? And the way he set it up so that it was like an impromptu visit so that the Mexican people wouldn't get the memo and mount their giant protests.
Oh, they would have fried him. Yeah.
It's so the whole thing.
Damage control,
and all that was
better than hearing about all the riots in Mexico City, to that extent.
Well, I mean, and it was just a giant photo op. That's the only reason that Trump went down there was for, as they say, the optics of making him look presidential.
But wait a minute, his people started jumping ship as soon as he went down. He's got a lot of Mexican. Representatives who were Republicans said, "No, dude, I'm done." He lied to us.
A lot of his support left after.
Yeah,
I'll go probably quote of the week across all of the news stories. The head of Latinos for Trump, who warned that if Hillary is elected, we'll have a taco truck on every corner. And
everybody went, yeah,
the
whole reason.
Here in LA, we're almost there, and it's still not enough.
That's like saying calling someone.
If you're a listener and you like live somewhere else where there aren't that many taco trucks, as for individuals who, I would say, in certain parts of L.A., Hollywood especially, maybe every 2 or 3 blocks.
Yeah, I eat so
but I
many
think taco truck on every block would. How awesome would that be?
But now we know, like, how much the American people love Mexican food.
Boy, howdy.
Boy, do we love it.
Yeah, but for him to say that, and he's, being Mexican, I'm sure there are a lot of Mexicans that are pissed. That's like saying, hey, Uncle Tom, what are you doing? You can't.
No, absolutely. Well, but I feel that way about pretty much like any minority who supports a candidate who's working against their interests, including, like Peter Thiel, the gay Republican who spoke at the convention. It's like, have you read the party's platform?
Who are these people?
Sorry, yeah. Hey, Liberal Bash Fest.
Come on, get in there, conservative.
You're not cowering in the corner, but, I feel like,
No, I mean, I always disagree with that idea. It does seem like the left always just writes off any minority that is Republican in any way. It's because you see these policies as, disenfranchising or oppressing these groups. I don't necessarily think that all of these policies do that, and I think the Republican platform is a big platform, and it's perfectly reasonable that some of these people, they may not, there's a lot of gay Republicans who personally support gay marriage, but on every other issue, whether it's financial, other conservative social issues, they side more with the Republican Party.
I do. I don't have a problem with a guy being, say he was a black Republican.
Yeah.
Because if he's looking at a way, if he's saying, get out there and work hard and move forward. Yeah. And he's also saying, but there are these issues that affect, the African-American community, then fine. I don't mind but if you just try to say, get rid of all of these programs and they won't work and they won't do anything, we wouldn't need those programs if everything was working the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
I always thought that sort of the unifying theme among Republicans, and that would bring blacks and Latinos and gay people under that tent, was generally one of fiscal conservatism. Which is sort of an old and small government, which is sort of old school Republican, and and that part of the party seems to be alienated by the sort of hate rhetoric of Trump, of the Trump campaign.
It's funny. It's funny you bring that up because there's so many Republicans that say, you know what, we get the blame for the idiots.
Yeah.
There are guys out there that say, look, man, I'm not racist. I'm not this. Don't connect me with these guys over here who are these bumfuck Egypt fuckers who are sitting way down in the South somewhere. Don't connect me with them. I'm a conservative and, I'm a Republican and, I said, I have my things, but I'm not like them. I'm not a racist I believe in gay rights. I believe in all that. They believe in it. They just don't lump us all together is what they're trying to say. And sometimes
But herein lies the schism in the Republican Party at this point, because those guys, we're only talking about
the lunatics are taking over.
The lunatics, the fringe has taken the center, and the center will not hold under these circumstances.
I think lunatics are the loudest. I don't necessarily agree that it's only sort of fiscal conservatism and like these old school GOP values that appeal to these different minority groups. I think even on social issues, I think there are, for instance, as much as I didn't like a lot of what Trump said in his speech, if you watch the whole thing, at the end he brought up a lot of these families of people who had been killed by illegal immigrants.
The angel families or whatever.
Who got released or not deported after being arrested multiple times. And several of them were themselves Hispanic people who said, well, I immigrated here legally, and I think that there is a problem in the system with the illegal immigrants who have come here and who are committing these crimes and who aren't being either locked up or deported. Likewise, when it comes to the issue of gays in the Republican Party, even on social issues, I know some gay conservative people who, while they personally support gay marriage, there are these sort of nuanced issues like these religious freedom bills and stuff, where there are some gay people who say, yeah, we don't want conservatives forcing your beliefs on us and restricting our rights. But to what extent can we force a Christian baker to, participate in a gay wedding that they don't want to participate in? No, I know that you personally have a different view on that, but I've heard.
You think you know me so well?
But I know that there are gay people out there who have even vocally supported this idea that, we don't want to force our views on them any more than they should force their views on us.
Nobody,
so
I don't think that the argument, especially with like the bakery and making a gay wedding cake, nobody's forcing their views on that baker. They're asking to take their money to provide a product that they're set up in business to offer. It is not the business's obligation to monitor the behavior of their customers. Are you baking cakes? Are you selling cakes? Are they going to offer you money for a cake? Take the money and give the cake. I don't, when things get broken down
the nuance there, though, is that they're not discriminating against the customer. For instance, if a gay person came in to buy a wedding cake that was going to be used in a gay wedding, these bakers would sell them that. These bakeries have served the gay community. They say, you're welcome to come in here to buy cakes, buy cupcakes. We would hire gay people. What they don't want to participate in is when they know that they're making a wedding cake, and I know that you disagree with this, but a wedding is a religious ceremony. They are essentially making a prop within a religious ceremony that they disagree with.
All right,
that is
actually, as an ordained minister, which I think right there kills your argument.
Wait, what part of you as an ordained minister kills my argument?
That a wedding and a marriage is necessarily a religious ceremony.
No, it's not always.
Some are.
It's not always a religious ceremony.
And furthermore, the cake happens after the ceremony. It's not part of the ceremony. The cake is the party.
But here's the thing.
I understand that that's your belief. But these people, when they got into business to serve weddings, that is their belief about what they're doing. And I think there are people.
I just don't think that holds water. They didn't get into the business to serve weddings. They got in the business to bake cakes
in exchange
for money.
And I personally have a more nuanced view on that. But what I'm saying is that there are people when you're saying that when you're trying to claim that the only appeal of the Republican Party is either this fiscal conservatism to whether it's African Americans, whether it's Hispanics, whether it's gay people,
issues.
They do have more nuanced views across all of these issues.
Sure, but
than simply writing it off as though that we're going to put down a gay person or a black person or write them off as you shouldn't be a Republican or you can't have these conservative
for
views.
me. It's the issue is, you may have a lot of stuff I like, but if, you're striking out at who I am, basically, and that for me is, when you say, when taking the bakery example, to throw my values in your face for the baker is to say, because I am Christian and who you are offends me. That is the baker throwing their values in the gay person's face.
You've just exited the transaction.
However, the gay person's transgression is simply existing as a gay person and wanting to get married. So it's it becomes
within that transaction. They're not stopping the person from getting married or stopping them from getting a cake elsewhere. They're saying, I don't want to participate in this.
Right, and
they're exiting the transaction.
Which I
believe to some degree that should
having
be
worked in retail. There is the right of the business to deny service.
Yes.
However, there is a line where it becomes discrimination.
Yeah.
If it's like I don't want to sell you a cake because you came into my bakery and you were loud and you were an asshole, and I'm kicking you out, and that's as a business owner, that is my prerogative. But because playing substitution,
if you're a
substitute black for gay.
Yes.
And so if it's I don't want to serve black people.
Weddings.
I don't bake cakes for a mixed wedding.
A mixed wedding. There you go.
And here's the thing. I personally disagree with that. I don't necessarily think that you could. I don't necessarily think it is just or moral to force anyone to provide a service or to work in service of something that they disagree with.
So doctors?
I would boycott.
I disagree.
No,
what about emergency room doctors?
I'm aware that you disagree.
Well, it's pretty hypocritical of a person to say, I'll let a gay person work in my business.
Yes.
But then again, I will not make a cake for a gay person. So what's the difference?
It's not that all of these places. I know you don't care about this nuance, but they're not saying I won't make a cake for a gay person. I won't bake a pizza for a gay person. What they're saying is I don't want to cater a gay wedding. I don't want to cater this
But you're
this
making
ceremony or this event with which I fundamentally disagree with what's being celebrated.